Welcome to exciting archaeology news. Prehistoric archaeology is a subfield of archaeology that deals specifically with the remains of societies, civilizations, and other materials that existed before written systems and historical records. Often, this field focuses on periods such as the Stone Age, Bronze Age, and Iron Age, but also includes periods such as the Neolithic Age. Get ready to unravel the enigmas of archaeological finds from prehistoric times and connect with the distant echoes of our shared heritage. If you are new here, subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to get instant notifications of upcoming videos. Let's get started. Number 11. Cave of Altamira. Altamira is a renowned cave located in northern Spain, celebrated for its extraordinary prehistoric paintings and engravings. Found approximately 19 miles to the west of the bustling port city of Santander, within the province of Cantabria, Altamira earned its place as a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1985. The cave's discovery can be attributed to a hunter in 1868, but it was in 1876 that Marcelino Sans de Cetulo, a local nobleman, first explored its depths. Returning in 1879, he initiated excavations in the cave's entrance chamber, revealing a treasure trove of animal bones and stone tools. During one fateful visit, accompanied by his 8-year-old daughter, Maria, they made a remarkable discovery. It was Maria who first observed the magnificent paintings of bison adorning the ceiling of a side chamber. Convinced of the painting's antiquity and the significance of the objects they uncovered, Sans de Cetulo published his findings in 1880. The Altamira cave extends over a length of 296 meters. Within its vestibule, numerous archaeological remnants from two key Paleolithic periods were unearthed. The Solutrean, approximately 21,000 to 17,000 years ago, and the Magdalenian, around 17,000 to 11,000 years ago. Notably, among these remains were engraved animal shoulder blades, with one of them radiocarbon dated to be approximately 14,480 years old. The lateral chamber, where the majority of the paintings are located, spans roughly 18 by 9 meters, with the vault's height ranging from 1.2 to 2.7 meters. Number 10. Stonehenge. Stonehenge, an ancient stone circle monument, rests in Salisbury Plain, 8 miles north of Salisbury in Wiltshire, England. In 1901, William Gowland, a metallurgist and archaeologist, was appointed to supervise the excavations at this remarkable site. Stonehenge is believed to have been a religious site, a symbol of power and opulence for chieftains, aristocrats, and priests who were often interred in nearby barrows. It was meticulously aligned with the sun, potentially used for celestial observations and agricultural calendric. It may have also served as a space for ancestral reverence, healing, or as a separation between the worlds of the living and the deceased. Contemporary Druids gather annually for the midsummer sunrise. Stonehenge was constructed over 6 phases spanning 3000 to 1520 BCE during the transition from the Stone Age to the Bronze Age. Its name likely originates from Stan Hengen, an Old English term meaning stone hanging or gallows. Together with over 350 neighboring monuments and henges, including the related temple complex at Avebury, Stonehenge became a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1986. Number 9. Pompei. Pompei, an ancient Roman city in Campania, Italy, lies approximately 14 miles southeast of Naples at the southeastern foot of Mount Vesuvius. The city's ruins were initially unearthed during the late 16th century by the Roman architect Domenico Fontana. On August 24, 79 CE, around noon, a massive eruption from Mount Vesuvius rained volcanic debris upon Pompeii, followed by scorching clouds of gas the next day. The disaster resulted in the destruction of buildings, the suffocation of the populace, and the city's burial beneath layers of ash and pumice. Pompeii lay dormant for centuries, perfectly preserving its remains. In the 1700s, Pompeii's well-preserved secrets were finally revealed, astonishing the world with the discovery of an advanced Greco-Roman city frozen in time. The archaeological site included grand public structures like an impressive forum and amphitheater, as well as opulent villas dating back to the 4th century BCE. Inside these homes, the preserved remains of individuals seeking shelter or in the process of fleeing were discovered. Bakeries with loaves still in their ovens offered further glimpses into Pompeii's everyday life. Number 8. Machu Picchu. In 1911, Hiram Bingham, a Yale University professor, discovered Machu Picchu, guided to the site by a local Quechua-speaking resident named Melchor Arteaga. After conducting excavations at the site in 1912, sponsored by Yale University and the National Geographic Society, Bingham initially referred to it as Vilcabamba. However, this interpretation is no longer widely accepted. Over the years, Machu Picchu was subject to further excavations. Bingham returned in 1915, followed by Peruvian archaeologists Luis E. Valcarcel in 1934 and Paul Fejos in 1940-41. Subsequent discoveries in the Cordillera de Vilcabamba revealed that Machu Picchu was part of a network of pucarás, fortified sites, tambos, travelers' barracks or inns, and signal towers along the extensive Inca foot highway. The construction style and historical evidence suggest that Machu Picchu was a palace complex for the ruler Pachacuti Inca Yupanqui, who reigned around 1438 to 71. While initial excavations in 1912 led to the assumption that the site was a sanctuary for the Virgin of the Sun, more recent findings indicate that Machu Picchu served as a royal retreat. The exact reason for its abandonment remains unknown, but water scarcity may have played a role. Number 7. Petra. Inhabited since ancient times, Petra, a Nabatean caravan city nestled between the Red Sea and the Dead Sea, served as a vital crossroads connecting Arabia, Egypt, and Syria-Phoenicia. The city's historical significance has attracted explorers and archaeologists over the years. In 1812, Johann Ludwig Burckhardt, a Swiss traveler, rediscovered Petra and became the first European in modern times to set foot in this ancient city. Subsequent excavations, initiated in 1958 by the British School of Archaeology in Jerusalem and continued by the American Center of Oriental Research, significantly expanded our knowledge of Petra's rich history. Visitors typically approach the city from the east through a narrow gorge known as the Sikh. Along this path, one encounters the impressive Khazna, a substantial tomb. Among Petra's notable rock-cut monuments is Al-Dair, an unfinished tomb facade that was repurposed as a church during the Byzantine times. Many of the city's tombs feature intricate facades and now serve as dwellings. Additionally, the well-preserved High Place of Sacrifice, an ancient cultic altar, offers a glimpse into Petra's rich history. To sustain its sizable population, Petra boasted an extensive hydrological system that included dams, cisterns, rock-carved water channels, and ceramic pipes. Further excavations since 1993 have unveiled additional temples and monuments shedding light on the city's political, social, and religious traditions. Number 6. Chichen Itza. Chichen Itza is located some 90 miles east-northeast of Uxmal and 75 miles east-southeast of the modern city of Mérida, Mexico. It was designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1988. The ancient Mayan city of Chichen Itza was discovered in 1843 by two great explorers, John Lloyd Stephens and Frederick Catherwood. Chichen Itza traces its origins back to the 6th century CE when it was established, likely by Maya people native to the Yucatan Peninsula, who had inhabited the area since pre-classic or formative period 1500 BCE to 300 CE. The city's early structures display the distinctive Puuc architectural style, marked by its differences from the styles found in the southern lowlands. These early edifices, situated to the south of the main plaza, include noteworthy sites like Akabzib, Chichen Chab, Iglesia, Casa de las Monjas, and the observatory known as Al Caracol. In the later years, subsequent inhabitants, often regarded as invaders, contributed to the construction of prominent landmarks such as El Castillo. This imposing pyramid soars 24 meters above the main plaza, featuring 4 sides, each adorned with 91 stairs and oriented toward a cardinal direction. The top platform adds to the significance with its 365 steps, symbolizing the days in a solar year. Additional structures within Chichen Itza include the High Priest's grave, the colonnade, and the adjacent Temple of the Warriors. Number 5. Lascal Cave. In September 1940, a group of 4 teenage boys stumbled upon the remarkable Lascal Cave, which drew the attention of the esteemed French archaeologist Henri Breuil. Nestled above the Vézère River Valley, near Montignac, in Dordogne, France, this cave lies not far from the Aziz de Taillac series of caves. The cave itself comprises a central chamber spanning 20 meters in width and 5 meters in height, as well as several intricate galleries. What truly sets it apart are the exquisite adornments that grace its walls and ceilings. These intricate artworks encompass around 600 painted and drawn representations of animals and symbols, along with nearly 1,500 engravings. The artwork comes to life on a light background, employing an array of colors, including shades of red, black, brown, and yellow. In certain areas, evidence of scaffolding suggests the means used to reach the high walls and ceilings for painting. The artwork showcases a diverse array of subjects, including colossal 5-meter-long aurochs with horns, depicted in a twisted perspective, enigmatic 2-horned creatures, majestic red deer with fantastical antlers, numerous depictions of horses, and towering stags standing almost a meter tall, seemingly in the act of crossing a river. Additionally, the cave houses a series of 6 feline representations, 2 male bison, and a rare narrative composition located at the bottom of a shaft, open to interpretation as either a hunting incident or a shamanistic scene. Number 4. Acropolis of Athens. Greek archaeologist Stephanos Kormenodis spearheaded extensive excavations throughout Athens, notably at prominent sites such as Kermikos, the Acropolis, and the Theatre of Dionysus. The Acropolis, a pivotal district in ancient Greek cities, held a prime location on elevated terrain, serving as the focal point for municipal and religious structures. In Greek city planning, establishing a divine abode for the gods was a fundamental aspect, given that city foundations were inherently religious acts. Hilltop locations, rich with natural mysteries like caves, springs, forests, and valleys, symbolized the divine presence and were ideal for Acropolis, both from religious and military perspectives. The Athenian Acropolis, arguably the most famous, was constructed in the latter part of the 5th century BC. It occupied a walled city, serving as the sacred dwelling of Athena, the city's patron goddess. The surviving structures include the imposing Propylaea, the gateway to the sacred precinct, the Parthenon, the primary sanctuary dedicated to Athena and a treasury of the Delian League, the Erechtheum, a shrine venerating agricultural deities, particularly Erecthonius, and the Temple of Athena Nike, symbolizing the harmonious coexistence of the Dorian and Ionian populations under Athens' governance. Number 3. Avebury. Avebury, an archaeological site situated in the Kennet district of Wiltshire, England, approximately 18.5 miles north of Stonehenge, gained notoriety in part due to the excavations led by Alexander Keeler within the circle's bounds in 1939. This extensive site, one of Europe's largest and most renowned prehistoric complexes, covers 28.5 acres along the banks of the River Kennet, nestled at the base of the Marlborough Downs. The site borrows its name from the village partially occupying the area. This late Neolithic structure boasts a circular chalk bank measuring 425 meters in diameter and rising 6 meters above the ground. The chalk blocks used to construct this outer circle were hewn from a former 9-meter-deep ditch within the site. 4 entrances punctuated this outer circle. Inside this enclosure, a ring of 27 sandstone pillars remains, though fewer than a third of the original pillars endure. Each of these pillars tips the scale at up to 50 tons. The inner circle features remnants of 2 smaller adjacent stone rings, each comprising around 30 upright stones and spanning about 105 meters in diameter. In the heart of the southern inner circle once stood a lofty obelisk surrounded by smaller boulders. The northern inner circle hosted a central U-shaped stone structure, while evidence suggests a smaller stone ring existed to the northeast. The ringstone, preserved well into the 18th century but now reduced to a mere stump, was a sizable perforated stone positioned within the earthworks and the primary stone circle at the southern entrance. Number 2. Teotihuacan. Teotihuacan stands as a paramount and expansive ancient city in pre-Aztec central Mexico, positioned roughly 30 miles to the northeast of the present-day Mexico City. During its zenith around 500 CE, this urban marvel extended across an area of approximately 8 square miles and provided sustenance for a population estimated to be between 125,000 and 200,000, thus ranking it as one of the world's largest cities during that era. Teotihuacan served as a pivotal hub for both economic activities and religious practices in the region. It earned its well-deserved place on the UNESCO World Heritage List in 1987. Within the remnants of this remarkable city, one can find not only about 2,000 single-story apartment complexes, but also grand plazas, temples, a canalized river, and the opulent residences of the nobility and the clergy. These prominent structures are interconnected by a 40-meter-wide road known as the Avenue of the Dead, stretching for 1.5 miles, with a slight eastward orientation relative to true north, culminating at the sacred peak of Cerro Gordo. The northern terminus of the Avenue of the Dead is crowned by the Pyramid of the Moon, surrounded by platforms and smaller pyramids. The Pyramid of the Moon, the city's second-largest edifice, rises to a height of 43 meters and has a base measuring 130 by 156 meters, with its main stairway facing the Avenue of the Dead. On the southern section of the avenue lies the Ciudadela, an expansive square courtyard that covers 38 acres. Prominently situated within the Ciudadela is the Temple of Quetzalcoatl, designed in the form of a truncated pyramid adorned with numerous stone heads representing the deity. The Pyramid of the Sun, one of the largest structures of its kind in the Western Hemisphere, dominates the central city from the eastern side of the Avenue of the Dead. This colossal pyramid soars to a height of 66 meters above ground level, with a base measuring roughly 220 by 230 meters. Its construction required approximately 765,000 cubic meters of materials, including hewed tezontle, a red coarse volcanic rock of the region. Number 1. Tikal. On February 26, 1848, Colonel Modesto Mendez, the corregidor de Petan, in the company of Governor Ambrosio Tut of Petan and the artist Eusebio Lara, made a significant discovery. They stumbled upon Tikal, an ancient Mayan city and ceremonial center, hidden in the dense tropical rainforest in the northern part of Petan, Guatemala, approximately 19 miles north of Lake Chichen Itza. Just 12 miles to the north lay the smaller Maya city of Huaxactan. The Tikal ruins, encompassing approximately 1 square mile, is now the focal point of Tikal National Park, which was established in the 1950s and received UNESCO World Heritage status in 1979. Tikal's history dates back to the Middle Formative Period, 900 to 300 BCE, when it began as a modest village. Over time, particularly during the Late Formative Period, 300 BCE to 100 CE, it evolved into a prominent ceremonial center, with the construction of grand pyramids and temples. The site extended far beyond its central structures, covering an area of at least 6 square miles, which included smaller residential buildings. At its zenith, around 700 CE, Tikal's core was home to approximately 10,000 inhabitants, drawing upon an outlying population of roughly 50,000. The site boasted a prominent set of structures, including 5 pyramidal temples and 3 substantial complexes, often referred to as acropoles, which were likely temples and palaces for the elite. Among these, one complex featured numerous buildings with richly prepared burial chambers beneath them. Notably among Tikal's pyramids were Pyramid 1, crowned by the Temple of the Jaguar, standing at 45 meters in height. Opposite it, to the west, loomed Pyramid 2, supporting the Temple of the Masks, and reaching a height of 42 meters above the jungle floor. Pyramid 3 soared to an impressive height of 55 meters. Nearby, adjacent to the Plaza of the Seven Temples, stood Pyramid 5, towering at 57 meters. The grandest of all Tikal's monuments was Pyramid 4, which reached a staggering height of 65 meters. Situated at the westernmost point of the major ruins, it housed the Temple of the Two-Headed Serpent and stands as one of the tallest pre-Columbian structures in the Western Hemisphere. Thank you for joining us on this exhilarating expedition of archaeological finds from prehistoric time. Please hit that like button if you found this video as intriguing as we did. Subscribe to our channel to never miss another fascinating archaeological revelation. If you have thoughts, questions, or insights, drop them in the comments below, and of course, remember to share this video with fellow history enthusiasts. Lastly, don't miss a single update. Click the notification bell so you can be the first to know when we uncover the next chapter in archaeology. Thank you for being a part of exciting archaeology news.